Tonight's headlines: all areas in the Philippines now at low risk. Bongbong Sara to include bike lanes in government road plans. War could be over by May, says Ukraine advisor. 54 Pinoy seafarers repatriated from Ukraine. No talks yet on MRT3 fare hike. Timberwolves devour Spurs. And Philippines still on track to be pre-pandemic recovery. Good evening. Today is Tuesday, March 15, 2022. I'm Miguel Palatagonon and this is Tribune News on Cue. Here are the stories for this evening. The Department of Health announced Tuesday that all areas in the Philippines are now considered to be at low risk for COVID-19. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere said that agency is now increasing vaccination rates in areas that remain under Alert Level 2 as part of the effort of de-escalate them to Alert Level 1. Meanwhile, she said restrictions in Metro Manila and 39 other areas are continually being eased due to the high vaccination rates and compliance with minimum public health standards. Vergere also clarified that the term Alert Level 0 was a term used internally by the Health Department and that it was not yet final. Presidential aspirant Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and his running mate Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte vowed to integrate protected bike lanes in the government's future road plans should they win in the May 2022 elections. Marcos and Duterte on Tuesday said the COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the need to develop active transport as a practical and healthy alternative to the existing modes of transportation. The tandem also vowed to complete the planned upgrade of the bike lanes from Class 1 to Class 2 to ensure that it has separators to provide added safety for cyclists and motorists. They added that having bike lanes would boost local tourism because this will encourage more people to visit nearby tourist destinations. An advisor to Ukrainian President's Chief of Staff and that the war in Ukraine is likely to be over by early May when Russia runs out of resources to attack its neighbors. Alexei Arestovich, the presidential advisor, noted that talks between Kiev and Moscow have so far produced very few results other than several humanitarian corridors out of the besieged Ukraine cities. Still, even once peace is agreed, small tactical clashes could remain possible for a year, according to Arestovich, although Ukraine insists on the complete removal of Russian troops from its territory. The war in Ukraine began on February 24 when Russian President Vladimir Putin launched what he called a special military operation, the biggest attack on a European state since World War II. Tribune News on Cue will be back after these reminders.
Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggong magmamahal sa ating bansa.
We shall fly, soar, fight, and win!
Maasa, hintay, Sara, sa'yo.
Mga katribu, tara na't makiisa at matuto sa mga public service programs hatid ng Kalingang Katribu. Tuwing Lunes, nandyan ang usapang business na magbibigay tips at inspirasyon sa mga aspiring entrepreneurs kasama si Vernon Velasco. Tuwing Miyerkules, usapang pangkulusugan naman ang tatalakayin ni Miss Cory Quirino sa Health and Wellness. At tuwing Biyernes naman, kung legal advice ang kailangan mo, Sagot ka na ng Legal Diaries kasama si Elmer Navarro Manuel at mga guest lawyers. Lahat ng niya mapapanood tuwing alas 3:30 ng hapon sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Message from President Vladimir Putin. Broadcast.
We have Russian forces coming in from the south, landing to
A potentially devastating war in Ukraine is just underway.
In other news, the Department of Foreign Affairs announced that at least 54 more Filipino seafarers from Ukraine arrived in the Philippines. DFA Undersecretary for Migrant Workers Affairs Sara Ariola said the department welcomed the arrival of 54 Filipino seafarers from Ukraine on Monday. Ariola said 14 of the seafarers came from MV Bolton Itaki, 7 from MV Ithaca Prospect, 12 from MV Polar Star, and 21 from MV Riva Wind. The Philippines earlier appealed for an immediate cessation of violence in Ukraine and called on the parties involved to forge a peace accord. There has been no discussion yet on increasing fare in Metro Rail Transit Line 3 despite a series of fuel price hikes, according to MRT3 Director for Operations, Engineer Mike Kapati. Kapati pointed out that the MRT focuses on helping commuters and preventing giving more burden to them. To recall, oil firms implemented a major price hike on Tuesday, marking the 11th straight week of increases, with domestic pump prices already hitting 84.55 pesos per liter in select areas across the country. Some fuel companies raised the prices per liter of gasoline by 7.10 pesos, diesel by 13.15 pesos, and kerosene by 10.50 pesos effective March 15. Several groups of public utility vehicle drivers and operators have filed a petition for fare increase in light of the series of price hikes on fuel. In sports, Karl Anthony Towns erupted for a career-high 60 points as the Minnesota Timberwolves ran riot against the San Antonio Spurs in a night of high scoring across the NBA. Towns' franchise record masterclass was the highest individual score in a single NBA game this season and laid the foundation for a 149-239 victory on the road in Texas. 32 of Towns' points haul came in the third quarter. The 26-year-old drained 7 of 11 attempts from the three-point range and was 19 of 31 from the field overall. Minnesota coach Chris Finch echoed Towns' comments, praising the Timberwolves' team dynamic. And in business, the National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA, is confident that the Philippine economy will recover to its pre-COVID-19 pandemic level this year, despite the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, which causes global uncertainty and oil prices to skyrocket. Socioeconomic Planning Secretary and NEDA Chief Carl Kendrick Chua said that the economy has made significant progress in the past months in our fight against COVID-19. The country's chief economist noted that the recent shift of the National Capital Region and several areas of the country to Alert Level 1 is estimated to generate an additional 9.4 billion pesos per week of economic activity. In 2021, the economy, as measured by gross domestic product, the total value of goods and services produced in a specific period, grew 5.6% from a contraction of 9.6% in 2020. That wraps up the stories tonight. Before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store, Araneta City, the Department of Tourism, MG Motors, Hina Motors, Security Bank, Empire Eastlands Holdings Incorporated, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Anna Lin of the Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Miguel Pautagon, and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.
Magandang araw mga katribu! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelevelo, Atty. Lia Badillo Crisostomo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Chirk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Simulan natin ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments ng aming programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magkita-kita po tayo mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga at magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising Na!
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Oh, vaccination, isolation. Gotta keep up with my nutrition. Gotta maintain my body condition. Then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Pababakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination, pababakuna ka ba? 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 Paturok, paturok, paturok.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its vibrant community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tercito are available on our community Viber.